So in Matthew chapter 20 verse 28, even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give life a ransom for many. The Son of Man is Jesus we are talking about. Did not come to this earth for anyone to minister unto him. He didn't come for anyone to worship him. He came to show us and to teach us the way. Not only teaching us and guiding us and leading us, he also came to offer himself, his life, as a ransom for many. He came to sacrifice himself. He came to sacrifice himself. Because there is no remission of sin without shedding of blood. So for man to come back to the nature of God, which we lost in the time of Adam and Eve, another man, another Adam have to come. Which is that Adam, that second Adam is what? Jesus. And he have came, he fulfilled that which Adam could not be able to fulfill. He fulfilled it and he perfected it. And because he had perfected it, and for him to be perfect, to seal it with sacrifice, there's no any sacrifice worthy than him. And that is why he did what? He offered himself as a living sacrifice, acceptable unto God. In the course of this message, you will see it. God wanted to use Abraham. God saw Abraham. Abraham was faithful servant. Faithful. And God wants to tell him, go and sacrifice your son. And he went to do that. And when he did, and God still see him, there are some inadequacies in him. He said, no, you will not do that. Because still, the blood of your son is not worthy to cleanse the sins of the world. He said that leave. He showed him a ram. I even preempting what I wrote already. He showed him a ram. Use the ram to sacrifice. And he used ram. And tell him at an appointed time, the worthy, the true sacrifice should be offered. And Jesus is the true sacrifice. And that is why the Bible is telling us here in Matthew chapter 20 verse 28, even as the Son of the Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. As we continue, my dear friends, with this scripture in Matthew chapter 20 verse 28, one of the reason and ultimate reason why God came down in the person of Jesus is to do that which no man can do, which is true and unspotted and unblemished sacrifice, which God intended to do by Abraham through his son Isaac. But God could not continue because God saw inadequacies in human. Him, God, overturned it and changed it with a ram. I'm waiting for an appointed time when a true sacrifice shall be made for all mankind once and for all. The story of Abraham, you will find it in Genesis chapter 22 verse 1 to 18. I encourage you to read it because of time factor. We cannot read it here. My dear friends, but as you can see, God was pleased in the obedience of Abraham, ready to offer his son. And in that obedience, God stood upon it and made a pronouncement and decree and said, in their seed shall all the nations of the earth be what? Blessed. Because thou hast obey my voice. Because of that singular act of Abraham, God made a covenant with Abraham. Say, in their seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. That is what obedience and the sacrifice which God later gave him ram to do. This is what is able to earn for the mankind. He's able to earn mankind blessings. Blessings. But he's not able to earn mankind forgiveness of sin. That Adamic nature is still with us until appointed time. That's the mind of God. And that's what we are unveiling to mankind to understand.